So I wanted to share this with you so that you know that I truly care. This is a community we need to share within this community, and that you really know what is going on in other parts of the world. Over here in America, if I didn't hear from you guys, I wouldn't know this because the media is not telling us this. Hey guys, it's Sandy. I wanted to get on here and tell you some comments that I have been getting from Europeans. So I did a video on trouble coming for Europe and about the energy crisis that they have, and will people be so cold and their inflation cost. Well, I got comments from you guys and I read them and I want to share them because we have to be able to talk to each other on here and know what is truly going on, because we aren't going to get it from the media. We have to be able to share in communities like this where we hear truth from what is really happening. So listen to some of these whenever people are talking about their energy cost and inflation and things. And remember that this is only October. It is going to get cold. I'm in Ohio. It gets cold in Ohio. So we have to be able to stay warm. And if we can't heat our house, you got to have other resources. Listen to some of this, though, about their energy costs and the things that they're doing over here. Remember that it's only October and they can't get wood. They can't get wood stoves, and not everybody can have a wood stove either. Like in my house, it's not even possible because of the chimney thing. It wouldn't work. So not everybody can even do that whenever people are like, get a wood stove. That may be okay for some people, but that's not so easy for everybody. Anyway, listen to these comments and emails that I've received from a small holding in Wales. I am in the UK. Most of the homes here are dependent on gas or electric for heating. They are not suitable to be fitted with wood stoves. See? Another thing. I didn't realize I was going to read that as my first one. We are looking at rolling blackouts. Wood and coal are soaring in price. Electric is soaring in price, and people cannot afford to put their heating on. And it's only October. And they've already talked about rolling blackouts that could possibly happen in America also. So here is another one. This is Kelly G says, I'm here in the Netherlands. Food prices are rising, energy bills and wood too. Elderly people who need home care don't warm their apartment because out of fear that they won't be able to pay their energy bill. You guys, what about the people who are elderly or have babies or who are new moms or kids? How do you keep kids warm? There's so much going into this, but the elderly are afraid because they're not going to be able to pay their energy bills in the Netherlands, so they don't turn it on. And then what happens, actually, if you can't pay your bill? So do they just turn your electric off on you completely? And it's January or February when it's so cold. Like, there's so much that goes into this. And this person says they're very stiff in the mornings getting out of bed, according to care workers. Now, somebody else wrote to me about how cold is, and listen to what she said. This really made me go, oh. She said, I live in the most southern tip of Canada in Chatham, Kent. Last January, my furnace broke down. I decided to wait a week to repair it and see how I survived. Cold, and she put cold in capital letters, isn't the word, exclamation point. It is not just about dying from cold, it's about being in pain from cold. I could barely go about in my house, walk around or do anything. I spent a lot of time in bed or in the recliner huddled under blankets and cats. I have this heavy, thick comforter that always had been so hot. I thought it would surely keep me warm in bed. No. My body heat went right through it. I was frozen the first night. Then I remembered I had my Mylar blankets stored. That's a great thing to have too. Wool socks, wool hats, gloves, blankets, but also the Mylar blankets, those silver ones. They used to give them to us after I'd run like a half marathon, and we'd wrap them around, and they just keep the heat in. So she said, I got one of my Mylar blankets out, and they're cheap. That's the thing. Get you some because they're cheap. Go to the camping section at your Walmart, Target, wherever, and get some. I got one out, put it on top of the comforter. Then I braced it with another blanket on top. A lighter blanket. As soon as I got back into bed, I could feel my body heat bounce back down to me. Mylar blankets, people, and thermal underwear, because she's right. We don't know what real cold feels like until your bones hurt and your muscles hurt. And listen, this one is from the Netherlands. And Marie says, I'm from the Netherlands and my energy bill went from $89 a month to $295 a month. And it's only because of cooking that I haven't turned my heat on the house because of the cost. I have a 1-year-old daughter together with my American fiance. How do you keep your kids warm? How do you pay your bills? And that's the thing. If you're $89 a month and it goes to $295 a month, and then you go to the grocery and groceries are getting so expensive. So how do you pay for the groceries, pay for heat, pay for gas to put in your car so you can go to work or to doctor's appointments, and nobody's getting raises that is, covering the cost of living, how much it's going up? How are people going to survive on this? I know in the UK, I was told that they're actually getting money from the government to help pay their energy costs. And what I thought was, why not just cut the energy cost instead of giving every single household so much $200, $400 euro a month that they're giving them around, they said $400 euro at Christmas and 200 euros now. So why, instead of just cut the energy costs for them instead of giving everybody money? But nonetheless. Okay, so here's one from Eva Dublin. This is from Dublin, Ireland. I'm in Dublin, Ireland. Our electricity has doubled, as has gas for heating. If there's no electricity, you can't heat your home. Every household is getting 200 euro for electricity now and 400 euro at Christmas. It will go directly into the electricity meter. It's from government. It's scarcely nice of them. Too nice if you ask me. That's probably true. Like if the government's giving it what's behind of it. I actually have something to say about that in America. I'm just really feeling it for the elderly and people with new babies, the vulnerable in society. I have a lung disease, and last year I mostly had to use hot water bottles a couple days before pay. I didn't top up my gas meter since the end of May. I now owe $557 just for the daily tariff. I don't know how daily tariffs work because we don't have that in America. America better be forewarned. That's what people from Europe are saying. You better be forewarned in America too. What happens usually here can come over and directly affect us also. America better be forewarned. Our food prices are through the roof. Everyone shops in the cheap supermarket and we're still paying triple for everything. So that's in Ireland. Now, listen, I appreciate and please continue to comment. That's the only way we're going to get truth, and that's the only way we're really going to hear what is going on in other parts of the world. We could have blackouts here in America. They've already talked about blackouts over in Europe to control the electricity. My goodness, do you know how cold it's going to be if you have to be out of electric for a day? Because it can get really cold in Ohio, and it can get really cold in a house if you have no heat source. So it's time, it's October. We haven't even hit the super cold yet. Actually, you can see today I'm outside in a short sleeve shirt because we've hit our Indian summer. We had a real cold snap come through. It came through a lot earlier this year, but we've got a few days of mid 70s and then it's going to be cold again. So this is the time to prepare your home. This is the time to get some things. This is the time to make sure that you have warm socks and everything that you need. This is the time to think about it. This is not to bring panic. It's to bring awareness so that you use your time wisely, so that you think of this stuff now, but not whenever you're super cold. Think of it now and take care of things. So I wanted to share this with you so that you know that I truly care. This is a community. We need to share within this community, and that you really know what is going on in other parts of the world. Over here in America, if I didn't hear from you guys, I wouldn't know this because the media is not telling us this. So I wouldn't know this stuff. I need to know, I need, or I appreciate knowing this from other people. So I just wanted to share a few of these. I've got more to share. I have a lot of people that are emailing me and sending me comments, and I really appreciate it. And I will continue to share what you leave for me. So until next time, I'm out.